Good morning. Pediatric cancer is actually the #1 killer when it comes to children, and many of the cancers out there, pediatric, are underfunded or not funded at all. This morning we have Ellen Flannery. She is joining us, and we are talking about Cancer-Free Kids, Night for the Fight, and what an amazing thing she is doing with a lot of teens and students from around our area. Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, this all started back when your daughter was only 6 months old, and she was diagnosed with what?
Retinoblastoma, which is cancerous tumors in your eyes.
And I'm sure at a diagnosis, at an age when she's just learning to sit up and all these other things, that had to have been traumatic, probably doesn't even cover it.
That's true. You're kind of thrown into this world that you never expected and almost didn't know existed, you know, and then you find out how many children do get cancer, and to find out that it's the #1 disease that kills children in this country is mind-blowing, because people don't think about it that way. And yet it's so completely underfunded. Less than 4% of the money that the government gives to cancer research in general goes to children. And so Cancer-Free Kids was started just to change that.
Yeah, as a way to shed some light and to actually provide that funding for things that, like you said,
Right.
you didn't know existed.
Right, exactly.
And your daughter is 19 today?
She is. We're one of the lucky ones for sure. She's a sophomore at Miami University and healthy and beautiful. And so because we're so lucky, we thought we don't want other families to have to go through this. And so I started Cancer-Free Kids about 14 years ago, and we fund the research that would go without funding if not for us.
And specifically, you wanted to recognize a lot of the kids today who are going to be a part of Night for the Fight. Tell me about this.
That's right. So this is our 5th year for this event, and it's strictly high school students who plan the event and high school students who attend. So we have over 1,300 students from 46 different high schools throughout the community coming to the Cintas Center this Friday to spend the night. And it's a lot of fun. They walk around the concourse, they play games.
This is last year?
Yes,
Okay.
So we recognize our childhood cancer survivors. And so it's a lot of fun, but it's also very inspiring for the kids to be able to learn that these kids are literally alive today because of research, and they're helping us fund it.
Well, they are in a big way. I'm stunned by how quickly you have managed to raise funds since you've only been doing this for 5 years. How much do you anticipate raising this year?
The kids will raise over $200,000 this year.
Did they
amazing.
understand? I mean, did they get it? I know that some of the families perhaps do if they've been impacted by this, but these students, do they see what this is doing?
You know, what's really interesting about it is because some of them do get it before they get there. Some of them had classmates or siblings or people that they know that have had childhood cancer, but some of them have other family members, adults, you know, that have had cancer. Everybody's been impacted by cancer in some way. And so one of the things that we do during the night that's really inspiring is we have a reflection time where everybody has submitted the name of a person that they're fighting for. And it doesn't have to be a child. It could be anybody with cancer. And then, you know, they remember that person, whether it's a person who has survived or whether it's a person who a cure didn't come soon enough for. And so that's kind of the meaningful time. But, you know, some kids are there because they got it before they got there.
Right.
Some kids get it once they're there because
absolutely.
they're hearing their peers.
Well,
you know,
and they're
talk
seeing
about,
these families
right.
too.
And so they meet them all and they get inspired by their stories. And that's part of our messaging, is just empowering the kids of what's next. What else can you do once you leave here today?
Well, Night for the Fight, the registration is closed, but you can still be a part of Cancer-Free Kids. Ellen, we appreciate your contribution to the community and all those kids out there who are attending this weekend. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Nice to see you.
You too.
We're going to send it over to Jeff right now. Let's look at your forecast.